The cabin lights were dim, the hum of the engine steady, and passengers dozed off one by one. Robert Wilson sat by the window, wide awake, his hands gripping the armrest. The flight was routine, Los Angeles to New York, but for Wilson, it was anything but ordinary. He was just recovering from a nervous breakdown. His doctor had cleared him for travel, but the scars of anxiety and paranoia were fresh. His wife, seated beside him, watched him closely, worried but silent. Wilson's eyes drifted to the oval window. Below, the world was a dark ocean of clouds. Then, something moved. At first, it was just a flicker, a shape where there should have been none. He leaned closer, pressing his forehead against the cold glass. There, on the wing of the plane, stood a figure. It wasn't a man. The shape was squat and hunched, with limbs too long and movements too fluid to belong to any human. It seemed to crouch and shuffle, as if studying something. Wilson blinked. Nothing. He blinked again. The figure returned, crouching near the engine intake. His breath caught. "Are you all right?" his wife asked, noticing his tension. "Yes, I thought I saw something." "What?" "Nothing. It's nothing," Wilson said quickly, but his heart was pounding. The rational part of his mind fought back. Stress, fatigue, leftover fear from the breakdown. He reminded himself. Planes were sealed. There was no way anyone could be on the wing at 20,000 feet. But when he looked again, the figure was closer. It was real. This time, Wilson saw it more clearly. A creature with matted fur plastered to its body, its face strangely featureless, like a mask without expression. Long fingers moved with disturbing calm, tugging at something on the wing's surface. The sound of the engines drowned out everything, but Wilson imagined the faint scrape of metal, the hiss of wind, the tearing of bolts. He shot upright. "There's something out there." Several passengers stirred. His wife hushed him. "Bob, stop it, please." But Wilson could not stop. He pressed the call button. A flight attendant approached, smiling politely. "Sir, is everything all right?" "There's something on the wing." The attendant blinked, glanced out, and shook her head. "I don't see anything." "It was there. It's tampering with the engine." "Sir, please try to relax. There's nothing there." His wife leaned in, whispering, "Bob, you promised. No outbursts. You're fine. It's just your nerves." Wilson sank back, but kept watching. He knew what he saw. And soon enough, it returned. The creature crawled forward, its hands prying at a panel. Each movement was deliberate, methodical. Wilson imagined the screws loosening, the metal giving way. It wanted the plane to fail. For the next hour, Wilson lived in silent torment. Every time he raised the alarm, the creature would vanish, as if sensing he was about to draw attention. It became a cruel game. Appear, tamper, retreat. Passengers grew irritated. His wife's patience thinned. The attendants eyed him with concern. Finally, Wilson made a decision. The plane was full, but the seat behind him was empty. He unbuckled, waited for the attendant to pass, and slid into it, closer to the emergency exit. The gun was hidden in the overhead compartment. An officer had stowed it before the flight. Wilson knew where it was. When the creature appeared again, crouching near the engine, Wilson didn't hesitate. He stood, his heart slamming against his ribs, and lunged for the compartment. "Sir, sit down!" The attendant yelled, but Wilson was already pulling the revolver free. Gasps filled the cabin. "Stay back!" He shouted. "There's something on the wing!" His wife screamed. Two men rose to restrain him, but Wilson shoved past them, braced himself against the door, and yanked the emergency lever. The roar of the wind filled the cabin like a scream. There it was, just feet away, startled, its blank face turning toward him. For a split second, Wilson and the creature locked eyes. It was the look of something ancient, something unknowable, caught in the act. Wilson raised the gun and fired. The first shot missed, but the second found its mark. The creature staggered, claws scraping the wing, and then it was gone, flung into the night, swallowed by the darkness. Strong arms pulled Wilson back into the cabin. The door was sealed. Passengers were panicked, shouting. His wife was crying. The flight crew disarmed him, restraining his arms. When they landed, the authorities were waiting. Wilson was calm now, eerily calm, even as they led him away in handcuffs. His wife followed, pale and shaken. "You'll see," he said to no one in particular. There was something out there. The officials dismissed it as the ramblings of a man not yet fully recovered. They humored him, called for doctors, took statements. But when the maintenance crew examined the plane, they found something. Scratches, dents, and torn metal along the wing. Panels loosened, bolts partly unscrewed. Something had been there.